Dear viewers, welcome to Sip and Chat. My name is Atim Sejen. Today with me is Sarah Kinkyluv. Sarah, welcome to Sip and Chat.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much and thanks for coming. I know it's going to be fun.
It's indeed Sip and Chat. Guys, I'm sipping.
Yeah, that today we're sipping
we need
water.
To do cheers to
water.
This. We are sipping
with some
water
lemon.
and some lemon, yeah. It's healthy, by the way.
So Sarah, tell me, who is Sarah? Sarah Kinkyluv.
I don't know where to start from, but
Start from
the story is
humble
kind of
beginning.
long.
Summarize.
I'm gonna cut it into bits, guys, because of time.
Yes.
Sarah Kinkyluv. Kinky is my. Should I say my stage name?
Yeah, your stage name.
I was born as Sarah Osman Gandhi Ari.
Sarah Osman Gandhi Arin.
Ari.
Ari,
Yes.
okay.
A-R-E-E.
Okay.
Yes.
And then Kinkyluv is your other name.
Kinky. How did Kinky come about? It was back in the day. I was in school. I was in senior 4. Then there was this Chinese friend of mine who was brought to learn English with us.
Okay.
So she happened to be my desk mate.
Okay.
But the unfortunate part was she was married.
Okay.
So I was so good to her, according to her, I was so good to her that the time she was leaving, going back to China, her name was Zan Lian Ling. Yeah, it was a hard name, yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, you know what, my friend, you've helped me a lot in this class, so I'm gonna name you. I'm gonna give you a name. And I was like, okay. I was so eager and curious.
Yeah.
Then she was like, I'll give you Kinky. Then I'm like, you can't just give me a name without telling me the
meaning of the
meaning.
name.
So when she told me the meaning, I was so happy. She said that in their land, Kinky simply means a person who is jolly, down to earth, and God fearing.
And that defines who you are. Ever laughing, shouting.
So when I joined radio, I had to spice it up.
Yeah.
You
add
need
love.
to catch people's attention. Yeah. So I had to add on love, and I realized that I am the only Kinkyluv in South Sudan.
And the first time we met at the school, and you were like, "I'm Kinkyluv." I'm like, Kinky, then love. Okay, I didn't want to ask, but it's catchy.
Oh, by the way, the other
catchy.
thing about that name is that if you tell someone that if I introduce myself as Kinky, some people think differently. I am the positive Kinky, not the negative Kinky, because there is that Kinky style.
Yeah, the being
that
kinky.
people think I am, but unfortunately I'm
You're
different. I'm the opposite.
Before we go to all that,
Yes.
Kinkyluv, Sarah, tell us briefly about your upbringing. Where did you grow up to where you are today?
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, unfortunately or fortunately, in my family, I'm the only person who did not grow up from here.
Okay.
Like I said, my story is kind of long, but to cut it short, I was born and raised in Uganda. According to my mother's story, they fled the country during the war, and that's where I got to be born in Uganda. I studied in Uganda. I went to Naguru Katali Primary School. I went to City High. I mean, after Naguru Katali Primary School, that is for my primary. Then senior 1, I was so stubborn that I was taken to a Muslim school called Ikra Senior Secondary School. It's canes that made me leave that school.
Okay.
Yeah. I was not ready to be caned.
Okay.
So I was like, Mommy, you know what? Our HM said I'm too clever to be in that class. Mommy, I'm sorry if you're watching, but yeah, that is it. So I had to go to City High School where I did my senior 1 third term to senior 6.
To senior
So
6.
when I completed
Which combination did you take in senior 6?
Oh, honey, sorry. If I tell you that, you will not believe. In senior 5, I did senior 5 first term. I did PCB math, and I got 15 points. My mother was like, "Oh my God, we have a doctor in the family." And I was
scientist
like,
is coming.
"Thank God." Second term, things changed. I had to get back to hell. What did I do? I'm forgetting. Not hell. I didn't do literature. I did literature in O level.
In O level, okay.
I did head art.
Okay.
Yes. I did history, economics, divinity, and art.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm a good artist, by the way.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah.
I did history, divinity, geography, history, literature.
Geography.
All right, Kinkyluv,
Yes.
it's a pleasure to have you here. And those who are watching, please, this country is full of talented young female, committed South Sudanese who are doing great things outside there. Kinky is one of them, and today we'll talk about her career. When you came back to South Sudan, when was that? When did you come back home?
I came when I finished my senior 6. That was in 2010.
2010, I finished before
That was
you.
the time I got that fatherly love, because I grew up with a single parent.
Okay.
Yes, remember the war had separated them,
Yeah.
so there was no way for me to get to know
Your father
him
more. Yeah.
There was no bondage. So when I came here, we got so we
You bonded properly.
so
You bonded so much, huh?
that he actually he refused me to go back.
But why do you want to go back and you're back home?
No,
Okay.
like I told him I wanted to continue my studies, and it's like,
You
if
can
I
do
am
it
to
here.
pay for you,
Uh-huh.
you have to enroll here.
Wow.
But I like it. I like it here.
Okay.
You know, they say east or west, home is always best.
Home is the best.
Yeah.
No matter where you grew up from, home is the best. Okay.
Yes.
When you came back to South Sudan and you're starting to build this bondage with your father, whom you have never met because of the
Yeah,
crisis,
yeah.
how was it? How was the experience when you just came?
Okay, it was a bit, should I say tactical, because remember the bondage is not there.
Yeah.
You
It's
fear
someone
the
you've just seen
person
for the
and you're
first
like,
time.
okay, that is your father. Remember, you've not grown up with him, in as much as he's been sending Masarif home,
Yeah.
but then you
That bondage was
never
not there.
sat down and talked in length. That was the time I actually got chance to go to Intra-Africa. He took me for a lunch date.
Wow.
We had a lengthy talk, and he told me more about my mother, how they got to
Wow, those love stories,
engage
huh?
themselves, and I'm like, okay.
Wow, that was interesting.
Yeah, that was the best bondage, but unfortunately, he's 6 feet down.
Okay. When did that happen? Sorry.
He passed on like 3 years ago.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, but
May his soul rest in peace.
amen.
But at least you guys are bonded.
Yeah, we did. We
Yeah,
really
and,
bonded.
you have memories to tell your kids about it.
Yes.
Okay.
Inshallah.
So, Sarah, some of us also, most of us grew up in East Africa, and the same situation you were in affected all of us. Like for myself, I came back home when I was 18 years old. I never had that bondage with my father, and it was quite a little bit hard. It was not that easy to understand ourselves, to be on the same page. I came from a different background completely. He's from a different background. He's very conservative. Then me coming in was a little bit challenging. Did you feel the same thing with your father?
Up to now, I have some relatives who actually distance themselves from us, saying, you guys have a different lifestyle
different cultures and all
altogether.
that.
And I'm like, Al-Muhim, we are all human beings. Yeah, because I usually don't want to pull ropes with them. In one way or the other, sometimes they're right.
Yes.
They're right, but it's not my making.
But they're looking at it in their own perspective.
Yes.
They are not giving themselves a chance to also look at you.
To listen to me and hear me out.
Yeah.
But some of them are proud of me because of the achievements I've made, or because of what I'm doing now. Some of them are, out of 100, not everyone would like you.
Yes.
There are those who will be against you, and there are those who will be
like
in for what you're doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So thanks for melting in so quickly with your father. I think he did a great job.
Yeah.
Okay, how did Sarah ended up in media, in radio?
Oh, I was an entertainer from day one.
Okay.
Okay, according to my mother's story, whenever visitors came to our home, I was the only person singled out from my siblings to come and entertain the visitors. How? By dancing and singing
And talking too much.
And that's how I actually garnered love from visitors.
Yeah.
So I could dance and sing. And when I was growing up, I told my mother that I wanted to be a lawyer.
Okay.
Yes. And as I grew up, I realized that at school I was an entertainment prefect, just because I was, I think, stubborn.
Yeah.
So I realized that, okay, if my friends have they have hopes in me, why not take this path?
Yeah.
So I started as a voiceover artist.
Okay.
A voiceover artist is a person who does adverts.
Okay.
Yes. That's when I came back to South Sudan. I started as a voiceover artist, and
So how many adverts did you do?
I've done countless adverts. I can't even
For
recall
different
more.
clients?
Yeah, I've done for different clients, telecom companies, NGOs, concerts.
Okay.
Yeah, I've done
And
a
then
lot of
from
adverts.
voiceover artist to radio, take us through
Yes,
that.
yeah, I did the advert. I did my first advert at Voice of the People. By then it was Voice of the People. Yes.
I used to work there, by the way.
Oh really?
Near the basketball court.
Yes,
Yeah, I was
of
there.
course I didn't know you. Anyway,
I was
young
ever
by then.
upstairs all the time in the radio.
So that's where I did my first advert from. I remember I did it with Alome Jan. That is Longonyo.
Yeah.
You guys call him Longonyo.
Longonyo, yeah. He's in
Yes,
movies.
yes,
He's Longonyo in movies,
yes. So I actually voiced it with him, and he's like, "You have the voice.
Yeah.
How about you give it a try and do radio?" But unfortunately, the director by then was called Mr. Mabior. Mabior did not.
He was not impressed.
I think he didn't know me.
Okay.
And I was like, dude, you're missing out on talent.
Yeah, this is
in
this
me.
is
I was
big
like,
talent.
some
This
people.
is big talent.
I was like, some people already know who I am, and you're here dissing.
Yeah.
So I was given a chance to go on air, and fortunately, the listeners liked it.
Yep.
That was like a trial. On
Which year was
air.
that?
I can't recall the year.
Okay.
Was it 2013? No, 12, 13.
Okay. It's okay.
In between
So
that.
you were given a trial.
I was given a trial after doing the advert because the guy still didn't believe that it was me sounding in the advert.
Yes.
He's like, no, I want to hear her live. I did an evening program. So that's how I joined radio. So after VOP, I realized I wasn't going to be given a chance. Then I joined
look for other
Liberty
means.
FM.
Okay.
I joined Liberty FM also through an advert. I remember it was a Gemtel advert. This producer calls me and is like, Kinky, I know you have a voice. Please come, we voice this. I went to Edgar's studio. That was Kickback. We did that advert. And fortunately, the manager liked my voice. That's how I got on air.
Okay.
Remember, I didn't have that experience.
Yes, but you have the voice.
I didn't know that it's only the voice that takes you there.
Something should trigger something to happen.
I know.
So the voice was the only entry for you, but now then you build the experience. So that was okay. That's how it happened.
That's how I actually joined radio. And with time, after Liberty FM, I joined Capital FM Juba,
Yes.
89.0, the rhythm of sound. So that, of course, I won't forget all
you're
the
doing advert on
slogans.
my show. Come on.
I'm sorry, guys. So I joined Capital FM, and after Capital FM, I joined Radio 1, where I am currently.
So you're not Radio 1.
And yes, with Radio 1, I got a vast experience that I had to spread my wings. I also freelance at City Review newspaper. I contribute to the entertainment segment there. I also work for Junubna TV. So that's where
Junubna is still alive?
Yes, it is.
By that, we're the first veterans of Junubna. We're the first presenters of Junubna.
So I'm following your footsteps. So that's my
It was the
my
first
journey.
private radio after Miraya, by the way. It was the only private radio by then.
Wow.
Yeah. I think it's the oldest in South Sudan.
No, I'm talking about the TV section.
Junubna TV, okay.
Yeah, they
We're
have
in the
a
radio
TV.
section. Okay, that's
Yes,
good.
yes.
I didn't know that.
A lot of people don't know by the way, but if they get
Is
me
it on air?
Yeah, it is. I actually have a weekend program.
Okay.
It's just that
What is the channel? For Junubna TV?
It's on satellite.
DSTV or satellite?
No, it's not on. It's not on DSTV as yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's on air, so that is
Yes,
okay.
it is.
All right.
yeah.
So, Kinky, how challenging is it to be a female radio presenter in South Sudan?
It's really so challenging to an extent that if you don't give in your best, no one will know that you are capable of that. A lot of people despise females simply because you may look at someone and be like, they mara saket.
Yeah.
There's
That
nothing
is
you can
common
do
here.
about it. But you have to prove them wrong.
So
by
you prove
doing
them wrong.
your best.
Yes.
I've been in different companies whereby it's dominated by male. But the least percentage that is there is female.
Yes.
You make sure that you are not sidelined or
Don't be
taken
intimidated.
down.
Don't be
Never be intimidated. Just deliver, give in your best, and trust me,
Yeah.
We are soon running
But
the world.
Sarah, don't you think it's because of your shouting nature, your friendly nature? Because some
God.
girls are
Am
so...
I shouting?
Yeah, you are lively.
No, that's
you know, in a good way. In a good
That's
way.
me.
So what I want to ask is, you know, some girls are shy. They cannot express themselves, and you know they are sat on because simply they cannot express themselves. So don't you think your character has contributed to your success in the media? Because if you are this kind of a shy lady, you wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, in
that
one
have
way or the
contributed?
other it has, but then to those who are quiet, I would say they should get out of their comfort zone.
Okay.
There is nothing that comes no one sails throughout. There is always ups and downs, and if you fall down today, it shouldn't be the end of the road.
Okay.
You should get up, dust off, and get back to what you've been doing.
Wow.
Trust me. You know, practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
If you fall down today and you're like,
I can't make it
I've
anymore.
given up, I'm not doing this anymore, you'll end up not doing it.
Exactly.
If I'll give you an example of when I joined media, I wasn't paid, but it's because of passion.
Yeah, you kept
and
doing
love.
it until you are noticed.
That's why I am now paid, and I will not tell you how much I'm paid.
I wanted to ask that question, but anyway, let's move on.
No. My
Okay, but you are
manager
paid
will
well.
answer that.
But you are paid well, so that is okay.
I'm
Let me
not
just say.
complaining.
Yeah, because you look money. So
Oh, really?
That's okay.
I'll take that as a
Sarah,
joke. Yes.
yeah, it's a joke anyway. It's a joke. So tell me, your achievements in the media. If a lady, a young girl, you know, who want to do the same thing you're doing, comes up to you and like, okay, asking for guidance, what do you tell them? Because I know there are so many girls outside there who look up to you and they love what you do, and they can say, okay, if Sarah can do it, I can also do it. But then they need some guidance.
One thing I need to tell them is they need to follow their hearts.
Okay.
If you think that your heart is in media, go for it, and do not be manipulated.
Okay.
Do not be intimidated. There are those who have the passion, they have the voice, they have the knowledge, but because of what they're subjected to, that kills their
Potential.
zeal and potential to not do it.
Exactly.
Just go for what you want.
Alright.
And make sure you are there. You need to shine. It's
Okay.
our time to shine.
Now, from Radio 1, what is next?
Like I said, I'm doing a lot of things.
You were
I'm
doing
really
some
doing
you were doing some good business online. At some
I'm
point, I
still
don't know what
embarking
happened.
on
So
it.
what are you doing? Tell our viewers.
I'm really.
Tell our viewers.
Oh,
What do you
guys,
do
I
online?
used to have a YouTube channel. I still have a YouTube channel. It's called
what?
Kinky TV.
Kinky TV.
Before you subscribe to my YouTube channel, please subscribe to Sip and Chat.
Thank you.
Hit the notification button and be reminded you'll be seeing all the episodes. I opened up a YouTube channel. That was the time, you know, whenever we have a break of school. Hey, by the way, I'm in school.
We met at school, I think. You are
Yeah,
at
I'm
Kampala University?
I'm pursuing my bachelor's in mass communication.
Wow.
And I'm in my final semester.
So in July, someone is finishing. Someone is finishing. Someone is... Wow, I like that.
So the other thing is, you know, sometimes there are girls who are taken over by pleasure. You're given chance to go behind mics and you forego school.
Yes.
I like someone who accepts challenges. For instance, if you are working, how about you get something else? You go do entrepreneurship. I'm an entrepreneur as well. I own Kinky's Basket. I'm sorry, I'm doing an
What is
advert.
Kinky Basket? No, do it. You are free to do it. I can give you that platform.
Well,
to do it.
Kinky's Basket is an initiative that I came up with in 2018. I realized that there are a lot of, I'll call them lazy people. Others are not lazy, others are busy, that they don't have time to go do shopping for groceries or foodstuffs. Then I was like, there is that gap. How about I become a job creator than becoming a job seeker? So I invented Kinky's Basket. In as much as people think kinky, the name kinky is negative, I brought it in a positive way, whereby I came up with Kinky's Basket, whereby we do shopping and delivery, and our slogan is on time.
On time, I saw that.
You send
on
us
Facebook.
you send us all your list,
The list of the things
items.
you want.
Yeah, you be specific. With Kinky's Basket, we make sure that no one is perfect, but we make sure that we deliver to your perfection.
Okay.
Yes.
How many deliveries?
It doesn't.
Many.
Bro, if I tell
Clients.
you what
Yeah,
Kinky's Basket
clients, I'm
has
telling
done
you.
for me, oh. Kinky's Basket has actually broadened my my connections with people,
which is very important in the media.
It's very, very important. And when I tell people that I'm a media personality, then they're like, how long do you work? I'm like, I only work for 3 hours. That was the time I had not yet started doing freelancing for TV and print media. I was just focused on broadcast. Then I was like, okay, I work for 3 hours. I have too much time to sleep. I enrolled back to school.
Exactly.
After school, and I'm like, okay, after school, what will I do? I came up with Kinky's Basket, whereby if someone sends me their list, I go do shopping. Sometimes I don't go to the market. I have connections already in the market.
Just make phone calls and things
are done. I'm like, madam, I want 2 kgs of tomatoes, onions, carrots, cucumber, and all this. Pack them, bring them to my destination. Then I personally deliver them to the client. And that's how things are. It's a commission basis. Cash on delivery.
So, now we understand why they say that time is money. So since you have work in 3 hours every day, you make use of the other hours you are left with. That was very great.
Yeah.
Dear viewers who are at Baobab, Baobab is a very good youth place. You can see some art behind me from Empress Abul Oyai. You can see all South Sudanese African arts. So, and we are here hosted, and we're going to be doing our shootings here. We're going for a break. When we come back, we'll talk more about Kinky's journey.
Basket.
Thank you so much and keep tuned.